Okay, for this session, we're going to look at the phone script or the phone call. And the problem with the phone script, to be honest, is if you read it, it comes off like you read it. And so when you first get started, it's just impossible for you not to read through the script. And so that's just part of the growing process. So don't worry about it. When you get more comfortable, then you will get your eyes off the physical page and then you'll just have a normal conversation. But make no mistake, people on the phone can tell when you're reading a script, and that's not a good thing. And so, as fast as you can, you want to make sure that you're having a normal conversation. So, let me give an example. I can call up on the phone and say, "Hey, can you tell me who I speak to regarding your employee benefits decisions?" Okay, that's just me speaking off the cuff. Now, see if you notice a difference with this. Hi there. I'm looking for the person who makes decisions on employee benefits. Are you familiar with our 2018 Making Benefits Count program? Oh, no problem. My name's Tony. I'm with Colonial, and I help several businesses in the area to enhance their benefits package with some non-traditional employee benefits. Why don't I stop by Wednesday or Thursday for 15 minutes to briefly explain our program? Now, do you see how that's just not as personable? So it'll come off much better again if you can just start off real easy, try to speed up and slow down, have some voice inflection. If you go too fast and they don't understand you, then you literally sound like a salesperson. If you go too slow and you're boring them to death, that's not good either. So it's, you've got to find that happy medium. Hi, can you tell me who I speak to regarding your employee benefits decisions? Yeah, my name's Tony, and I'm with Colonial Life, and I work with a lot of companies in the area just like yours in order to help solve solutions with major medical expenses by reducing the cost through our voluntary employee benefits. I would love about 10-15 minutes to come by, bring you some information, and I can do that on Tuesday or Thursday. What works best for you? So in essence, that's the pitch. That's the sell. Now, of course, it just doesn't exactly work that way. And why? That's because you have people on the other side that are either trying to be gatekeepers. They're trying to block you. They're trying to prevent you from moving forward to the next step, which is why in my other video that I talked about gathering the data and during the phone calls and how there's a lot of different ways that we win. So you may bomb the first call. Let's say you make a call and they say, no, we're not interested, click. And you think, well, what do I do with that? Well, you mix up your script. You know that whatever you said last time didn't work, so mix it up. So the next time you call up, maybe you give it a couple days, maybe you give it a week. Yeah, I just sent an email out and I'm following up on that. I think it's your HR director. Can you forward me there? Now notice I have no idea, but I'm taking a risk. A lot of times with companies, especially if they're 20 or more, they have an HR director. So just assume it. Let's say they say, oh, we don't have an HR director. Oh, does the owner handle your employee benefits decisions? And so in getting into conversation, you can kind of throw off the gatekeeper a little bit. Again, I haven't talked about products at all. Now, they may start asking you or peppering you with questions, and so you do have to be ready for that. One of the things I like to say, or one of my phrases, is as I'm talking, well, I have a note here, right? It sounds a little bit different. It's like, I have a note here that Bob handles the employee benefits decisions. Is that correct? I have a note here that Bob usually comes in on Wednesdays. Is that a good time to call? I have a note here. You guys, you do offer major medical, but you don't offer anything along the lines of like accidental or cancer, short-term disability. Is that correct? See how using that, I have a note here, just changes it a little bit from taking it off script. But by the way, here's kind of an example of a phone script, and you'll see there's a lot of different things. I when I first got started, I wanted to remember like kind of my appointment days. I wanted to remember the products. I just couldn't quite remember that. And then the greens were kind of the closing statements. Let me ask you this statements up here. So these were a series of kind of different statements that I could ask that would transcend just saying, can you tell me who I talked to regarding your employee benefits decisions? Because sometimes they don't really understand what we're saying, and so we need to direct them in the right path. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you currently have major medical benefits? Let me ask you a question. If there was one benefit that you would like to add, what would that be? Let me ask you a question. How many employees do you have? Let me ask you a question. Is it hard for you to retain your current employees? Let me ask you a question. Is it difficult for you to recruit new employees? And so there's a lot of different ways you can take next steps. One of the biggest issues is morale, company morale. Let me ask you a question. How is morale? Now, you may know this because, again, in your previous phone conversation, you'd gathered some data, and you know that the employees aren't happy, they don't have benefits, pay is low. And so, if there were a way that I could show you that would enhance or bolster your current benefits, make your employees happy, help keep and retain your current employees, and yet doesn't have to cost you as the employer, as the owner, as the company anything, would you be interested in a program like that? And so again, still haven't mentioned anything about products. Why? Because the number one goal of the phone call is really to sell the appointment. They start asking you questions, key questions. I personally think it's rude and inappropriate to just completely blow off the question. So if they say, well, what is it that you do? I want to throw out maybe a little example. Well, let's say somebody were sick or injured on or off the job. They were in an accident or, had short-term disability. We insure the person's paycheck. And so can I come out Tuesday or Thursday to explain more about that program with you? So I always want to follow up if I give some information with getting that appointment. Because at that appointment, you know what, I could really, I've got some paperwork I can leave for you to, more accurately, specifically, detailed answer that question for you on Thursday. Do you have 15 minutes on Thursday? And so everything should be followed up with getting that appointment. I can do anything for you, but at the end of the day, it'll work better in person. See, we don't spend billions of dollars on TV ads. We put that in me, and so I'm going to come. I'm the best flyer that there is. I talk. I answer questions. I'm really just here to serve you. I'm really just here to consult you. And so that's our goal. And so as you use the script, again, there's some differing opinions on whether or not you leave a message. I've been leaving messages more and more, and there's a couple reasons why. Number one, a lot of times, again, the gatekeeper will not give me the name, but they will pass me through to the voicemail, and guess what? The voicemail goes on as, hi, I'm Bob. And now I know it's Bob. Bob's the name. So I'm getting names that way. The other thing is I actually have uninterrupted, clear time to leave a good message. And so I'll just straight read, this is one of my voice messages. Hi, my name's Tony, and my number is 253-350-7485. And I've helped several businesses in the area just like yours, blue-collar workers, by providing non-traditional employee benefits. And we can do this at no cost to your company. And so I'd love to discuss some of our complimentary programs with you while I can still offer them. And so my number is 253-350-7485. I'm Tony, and I'm with Colonial Life. Thanks a lot. Bye. See, You may have noticed when I first said, I just said my name and the number. And the reason why, when they're sitting down, and you do the same thing when you're listening to messages, oh, you get your pen out, oh, Tony, Tony, 253-350-7485. Now you're listening to the message. And then at the end, I gave my name again. I gave the name of the company and my phone number again. And so I want to make sure that, well, he probably already wrote my name down. So why not listen to the rest of the message? And then if there were preconceived ideas about colonial life, I want to at least talk a little bit about what we do before I give the name. So those are just some helpful tips on the phone call and the script. And again, just keep in mind, every call is a good call. So as long as you're gathering data and information, then you really can do no wrong.